Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the flight deck. We are in the ATR 72 heading to St. Kitts, just coming up on top of descent here shortly. And we've got our magenta box. We'll go VNav and look at this. It's a thing of beauty. Coming up from Barbados today and testing out the new game ready driver to find out if it is indeed game ready. This is nVidia 546.65, and yeah, it's looking pretty good so far. You can see our flight path up here. We are looking down on Nevis right now, and Nevis is one of the places that I really want to go. We got to keep an eye on our speed. You guys know that because you are all competent pilots. I'm just going to pull back on those throttles until that trend line in the airspeed gets down to that 221. Just entered terminal mode right there. You saw that right down here. Let's see real quick. We'll go here. That's going to give us, alright, we're 25 miles from Bradshaw. We are on VATSIM, so we'll make our radio call here. Bradshaw traffic, Caribbean 270 is 25 miles to the south, inbound runway 07, Bradshaw. And got my humidifier going. Yeah, come on. This is a joke here. Alright. Got my humidifier going crazy in my office here. So I rolled my seat over to fix that. I hit the trim wheel on my Bravo. Just sounds like a big disaster, doesn't it? So let's take a look at the approach real quick. I mean, we're not going to have to fly it clearly. We're just coming down here to ICNIC, and then it's our initial approach fix. Which will be there relatively shortly. And Lambdo 3200 071 inbound. Happy on the left-hand side. We've got an approach light system. Transition altitude is 5,000 feet. Altimeter is 1017. And we are hoping to demonstrate our competence by getting off at taxiway Bravo here. So this is one of my favorite airports to fly into because it is done by my favorite scenery designer, SLH Sim Designs. Any of you who watch my channel know that SLH Sim Designs are one of my favorites, and yeah, we should get. Well, we still got a little bit of time here, so we'll go FWS recall. That is good. Landing elevation is set automatically. FMS performance nav. Let's have a quick look here. Approach 104. Flaps full. Awesome. That's set. Decision height. We're looking at 1270. So 1270. For our decision height, that's pretty high, and the reason for that is because there is it's a very steep approach. Let's set this real quick first, 1270. Okay. 1270, and I am going to now engage the approach speed, which means we'll pull the power back here. So I kind of did everything in terms of updating my driver today. I deleted all my shader caches again. I had to because I did the display driver uninstaller and uninstalled the previous driver completely, so I had to reset up. My Holy Grail settings, which was annoying because it's just annoying. Alright, decision height is set. Arrival briefing, we're good to go. I will go seatbelts on here. Seatbelts are already on. Never turn my seatbelts off, never turn my landing lights off. There you go. Altimeters change at 5,000. Cabin altitude is good. Alright, so I'm not expecting perfect performance out of this driver right now. So like I said, I rebuilt all my shaders. Bradshaw traffic, Caribbean 270, turning a 12-mile right base, runway 07, Bradshaw. So I'm not expecting flawless performance here. But the performance has been decent thus far. So we're just I hadn't updated. I was using the hotfix driver 54631, I believe it was. So I'm gearing up for Bradshaw traffic, Caribbean 270, turning a 12-mile final, runway 7. Bradshaw. I am gearing up to do another stream tomorrow. That's why I wanted to get stuff set up here. Now we can dial it down to 2,000. It's a little dark in the cockpit with the first degree of flaps, 15 degrees of flaps, with the sun at our back. It's a little dark in the cockpit. We are 2 from Desul. Desul is 7.3 out, so cabin crew. All this stuff is good go. We'll take off power here. And as soon as the 7 mile final, Bradshaw traffic, Caribbean 270, 7 mile final, runway 07, Bradshaw. And I get comments now and again from folks asking, who are you talking to? Well, I'm talking to VATSIM. So I always fly on VATSIM. Always fly on VATSIM. So 1300 for our altitude here. And book her down. And once we get to the meta, we'll go flaps full. Meta is going to be a 5 mile final. And that's good enough for me. Go flaps full. Autopilot, y'all damn near away. This is our aircraft. And you'll notice that notice how steep this looks. And it's correct. I mean, this is a really steep approach. It's 3.5 degrees, so it's 20% steeper than a normal glide slope. And we got a decent wind out of the right. You can feel it. Let's drop a little here. You can see the Pappies. Bradshaw traffic, Caribbean 270 out of 3 mile final, runway 7, Bradshaw. So just want to let the nose drop here. A little bit of power out. I'm just looking for at least one red there. Yeah, it's a little jittery right now. And I'm not terribly surprised.
Minimum.
Like I said, first flight with the after the shader cache deleted, it's not unheard of. So I'm gonna come out with a bit more power. Still 4 white here. I don't think I'm as high as you might believe. There we go. There's one red. So, and that speed, you bring the nose up, that speed's going to drop. About 600 feet a minute is what I'm looking for. Bradshaw traffic, Caribbean 270, short final, runway 07, Bradshaw. Alright, now we're definitely going to bring a little bit more power out.
$500.
Okay, that's good. A little trim there. There we go, 2 white, 2 red. Now we're really going to dial in that speed. We'll bring some power in here.
200.
We're going to look foolish. Power out. Power out.
100.
Power out.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
That wasn't horrible. It wasn't inspiring either. So, we go flaps up. taxi takeoff lights, and we made Bravo, which is great. So, initial thoughts on the driver. It seems fine. Although you don't want to judge it on the first flight. This is really just a break-in flight for the driver. Cleared out all my shaders. Bradshaw traffic, Caribbean 272 is clear the runway Bradshaw. So I cleared out all my shaders, so that's gonna all rebuild. So I would expect the first flight to be what it was, but I didn't get the feeling that anything was like jittery, stuttery in terms of performance. And I hadn't updated the driver just because the last one before this one, I think it was December 12th. I forget what number it was, but I installed it and didn't like it. I forget why. But the 54631 was working just fine. I've got that saved just in case I need it. So now we'll come up here and there we go. There's our brakes, and then we'll go wheel chocks and ground power. Alright. Yeah. I'll come up here, we'll turn our ground power on. Kill that left engine. And put on a prop brake here. Alright, so everything looks pretty good. So ground power is connected and on, so we'll kill the right engine because that's the only way my ATRs will accept the fact that my flight is done. So yeah, good flight. Love flying into St. Kitts. I tell you, when I loaded the flight without checking to see whether the DSR factors were enabled right after I reinstalled the driver, right after I installed this driver, and I was in 2K, like, you know, non Holy Grail settings, 2K, and it looked terrible. It looked absolutely awful. The numbers were all fuzzy on the PFD. The FMC screens were all fuzzy. It was terrible. It was really, really bad. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get to another video about settings here relatively soon, but I just wanted to give this one a test, and the results are promising. I'm not going to be convinced until I get another flight in, but so far so good. And like I said, hopefully tomorrow afternoon, about 4 o'clock Eastern time, looking to do another stream. So hope you guys are doing well, and we will talk soon.